Okay, first for question number 1, we have to construct the table. The partition of the table consists of number of break product and sales in ringgit. Then we proceed to the question A. This is the example of the table until we get all the total number. Okay, for question A, estimate the mean and standard deviation of the number of break product. First, we have to find the mean for the number of break product. We use the formula 1/n summation of x. Then we calculate until we get this answer 306.6667. Then for the variance, using the formula 1/n summation of x minus mean squared. Calculate until we get the answer 23,622.22223. For the standard deviation is equal to square root of variance. Before we have find the number of variance, then we just square root to get the standard deviation. Then it is equal to 153.6952. Then we proceed to the question number B. Proceed to question B. Calculate the mean and standard deviation of the sale. Okay, mean, we use the formula 1/n summation of y because the previous question asked for mean and standard deviation for the number of product. We let it to x, then we use it y to differentiate both of them. Then calculate, then we get 2,900.65 for the mean. Then for the variance, we use formula 1/n summation of y minus mean squared. Calculate, then the answer we get 303,419.0275. For the standard deviation, just square root the variance, then we get the answers 550.8348. For question C, construct a relative frequency distribution table for the number of break product with 10 classes beginning at 100. Because the question need us to class the number of break product, so we begin with 51 until 100, then count until we get 10 classes until the final we got 550. Then for the frequency, we state the frequency for each the number of the break product. Then we find the relative frequency, which use the formula F/n. For every classes of the number of the product, we use the frequency and divide by n, which is 60. Then we got the answer. For question D, determine the proportion of days that the number of break product more than 250. That means we need to find the proportion of the day of the number the break product more than 250. If the break product below than 250, we don't count it. By using the formula proportion equal to frequency, x more than 250 equal to total frequency. The number of break product based on the table that more than 250 are 30, divide by 60, which is total frequency. Then we get 1/2, which means half. For question E, obtain the percentage that the number of break product is less than the mean of the break. By using this formula, summation x less than 306.6667, which is the mean of the break, divide by summation of x times by 100%, because the question need us to find the percentage. Then we calculate, we got the answer 28.2609%. For question F, if the Sales for another 20 days is 50,000 ringgit. Find the mean of the sale of bread products. For the mean, we still use the same mean as the previous question, but the question needs us to find another 20 days for the n. So the previous n was 60, and the sales need for 20 days, for another 20 days. So we plus n plus 20, which equals to 80. 60 plus 20 equals to 80. Then we times by the summation of y, which is the total number of the sale. Then plus with 50,000, which is based on the question. Calculate, then we got the answer. We got 2,132.2375.
For question H, draw a scatter plot with the dependent variable on the vertical axis and the independent variable on the horizontal axis. Okay, to draw this scatter plot, we need to select the data on sales and the data for number of bread product, and then we choose this icon to make this scatter plot. Okay, then it will generate itself the table and then the plot also. For question I is develop the regression line. Okay, for this question we need to find the s-x-x, we need to find s-y-y also, because to find beta h1 we need to divide the s-x-y by s-x-x. Okay, for s-x-x, the formula is summation of x square minus the summation of x square divided by n. Okay, we calculate and then we get 100. So we get 1,417,333.3. For the SXY, the formula is summation of XY minus by summation of X multiple summation of Y divided by N. And then we calculate and then we get 862,590. Okay, next we need to find the beta h1, which is the formula is xxy divided by sxx, and we calculate and we get 0.6086. And then to find the equation of regression line, the equation is beta h null equal to mean of y, which is mean of sales, and then we need to minus with beta h1 multiple with mean of number of bread product. Okay, we calculate and then we get the 1,823.0126. Then the equation of regression line is y head equal to beta head null plus beta 1 null x. Okay, so we take the data we get here to this equation. So we get 1,823.0125 plus 0.6086x. Okay. For the question J, which is plot the regression line on the scatter plot, here the line here we get from the table that the table that we choose here. Then we go to question K, which is calculate the coefficient of correlation for the sales against the number of bread products in the previous day, and then interpret your result. And for the calculate the coefficient, we need to find the SYY, which is submission of y square minus by submission of y square divide by n. Then we calculate with we calculate, so we get 18,205,142. So to find the coefficient of correlation, the formula is R equal to SXY divided by square root of SXX multiplied with SYY. So we calculate and then we get 0.16898. So here show the correlation coefficient of 0.1689 and 98 indicate a weak positive linear relationship between the sales and the number of bread products. Then for the question L, calculate the coefficient of determination for the sales against the number of bread product in the previous day. Interpret your result. To find the coefficient of determination, the formula is capital letter of R square equal to SXY square divided by SXX multiplied with SYY. So we calculate and then we get 0.0288. So here, since the capital R square equal to 0.0288, we can conclude that approximately 2.88% of the values of sales is accounted by a linear relationship with the number of bread products. Okay, for the last question, which is M, if an outlet sold 250 bread products, how much Sweet Bakery expect to earn? Okay. Here we assume that Sweet Bakery we get 2% from the total sale. So to find the answer is total sale for 250 bread products divide by total sale for whole bread product multiple with 2%, and then we calculate and we get 0.2020. So from this, we know that Sweet Bakery will earn 202 ringgit from the wholesale for the sale of 250 bread products. Okay, that's all for us. Thank you.